Hi friends, welcome to episode 5. My friends and I today are going to tell you about the recent Embroiderers Guild of America National Seminar that just took place in Dallas, Texas. It was a fabulous week of classes, friends, food. In fact, one person that I saw posted on Facebook that she gained 7 pounds at seminar. And I thought about it and I had to say I gained almost 20. Now, fortunately, that was all in my luggage. And it was because the pop-up shops were so fabulous. I took one class and participated in a new experience for EGA, which is Sampler U, and you'll hear more about those things later in this video. Meanwhile, grab some stitching, sit back, and my friends and I are going to share some experiences and some thoughts on the 2025 EGA National Seminar. Thanks for watching.
How much is that? A picture of it. I'm just stitching something wrong. Power went out. And I can't figure it. Well, thank God you got a car. Right?
Hello again. I'm Patty. And my friend Ida asked me if I would talk to you about my seminar experience in Dallas. Oh, Lord, I don't know where to begin. I had a wonderful, wonderful time. I don't think I've ever gone to seminar when I didn't have a wonderful time. As I said from the very beginning, my very first one back in 2006, it is just wonderful to walk the halls and walk through rooms and go everywhere. And everywhere you look, there's people who get you. You know, most of the other people in our lives have this glazed expression on their faces when we start waxing rhapsodic about our embroidery experiences. But this is just everywhere you look. You peek into a door and there's this class and doing glue and paint and threads everywhere. And you look into another room and it's complete silence, calm, working with silk and gold, and everybody is really concentrated. And you go through another room and it's the stitching room and everybody's chatting and talking and running around. It's always in a wonderful, wonderful hotel. I know seminar can be one of those things that you need to save up for because it is an expensive proposition. Plug for national service though. If you want to give your time and talent to helping to run things for a couple of years, if you're on one of the national board positions, they pay for you to go to seminar, to be there for the meetings. So your airfare can be covered if you want to come and help us. So several of the years when I've gone to seminar, I was only able to afford it because I volunteered my time and some of my expenses were covered. Anyway, it's always a wonderful experience in being with people that you know and love. I took a class with a teacher that is brand new, I think, to the EGA, Clara Warschauer, and she taught us how to make the mockingbird pin in gold work and silver, and I finished mine. Isn't he beautiful? It's a pin. Can you see, I don't know whether you can see the sparkly iridescent threads that are his belly. So we learned how to lay these threads smoothly and couch them in a brick pattern, bricking. And then we sewed on sequins. We sewed on these really unusual heart-shaped beads that look like little curved caps on his wings. This is the kind of pearl gold work coils that you work with them like bugle beads. You cut them into sections and sew them on. Anyway, class was wonderful. It was a 2-day class. I had a great time, and I came home, and within a day or two, I had my piece finished. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. Anyway, that's Mockingbird by Clara Warshauer. I get to see people at the national seminar who are dear friends that I've made over the years, and I usually just get to see them at seminar. My roommate and I call each other like that movie with Alan Alda, Same Time Next Year. We room together, and it's the only time very often that we get to see each other all year long, and we get to catch up and hang out. So I got to be in this class, never happened before. I got to be in this class with my roommate on one side and another dear friend, hi Marie Campbell, on the other side. And we had a wonderful time. That was great. The hotel itself was lovely. As I was saying before, the seminar is expensive, and it is a real privilege if you can go. But it is just life-changing. It's a wonderful, wonderful week. One of the reasons why it is in nice hotels is because they're the only ones who have the room for all the classes that we have, the room for the banquets that we need to have, and space for us to have all of the things that the EGA wants to have, like the pop-up shops. Oh my gosh, the pop-up shops were great. I got a needlepoint piece that was part of a stash sale that is a crow that my daughter loves. Crows, and I'm gonna make this for her. Don't tell her. She's supposed to be a surprise. And because I only took a 2-day class, I only got to go to the opening banquet, and I heard the closing banquet was wonderful, but I don't know how they can top the favor. You always get a favor. This year's favor, hello, is this beautiful gray, buttery soft pashmina. It's not pashmina. It's viscose, I think, and poly, but you know how they make these fabrics these days that are spun like silky fabric, and it feels wonderful, and it's this fantastic color gray that everybody was walking around wearing the next day because some of the classrooms were really cold. Anyway, that was a wonderful, really surprising, wonderful favor that we got from the first banquet. And the banquets are always fun because you get to sit with people, and I'll tell you, the food at this one was really good. Sometimes, it's rubber chicken and it's not that great. This one, I got to tell you, the food was amazing. Everybody was talking about it. Oh, I just realized my studio is a disaster. You know what? I'm not going to apologize for my studio. I'm upholstering things, and I'm sewing things, and I'm trying to make things for Christmas, so it is a mess. Hands up if your studio's not a mess. Anyway, I had a great time in Dallas. If you ever can get a chance to go to a national seminar, I got to tell you, it's a lot of fun. It's a magic time. It's time for you. My husband always, from the very beginning said, he pushes me. He's like, you're going. You're definitely going. He's a good guy. Because he knows I come back, and it's like you're being nourished. It's like you're being fed, being around all the people that get you, and doing all the things and looking at all the things that mean something to you. So anyway, Dallas was great. I had a great time. I hope maybe I'll see you at seminar next year.
Ina again. Another thing that I found terribly enjoyable and very exciting was EGA tried something new this year. They hosted a sampler university. So it was sampler centered. It was a retreat style in terms of format. You sat at round tables of 6. It was a 2-day event. There were lunches both days that were just fabulous. We had one side of the large room was our dining area, and the other one was our retreat area. So nothing got dirty. And the first thing that we got when we registered Saturday morning was a lovely project bag that I'm thinking about what I'm going to put on it. And it was filled with all kinds of goodies, including some thread drops, with the Sampler U logo. A lovely needle minder, again with the, sorry about turning it upside down, with the EGA logo. And two lovely wood pieces, a thread winder and a lovely wooden shaker tray. So we had those at our seats Saturday and Sunday, and I couldn't help but continue to admire them. And there was a smalls exchange, and hopefully you'll see the video of that a little later. And there was also a door prize drawing. And I am very excited to say that this was my door prize. Curl Work Then and Now, a collaboration between Hazel Blumkamp and Philippa Turnbull. And there are 8 wonderful designs, and it's just a beautiful book. I try not to open it too far and read too long, so the drool does not drip on any of the pages. But I was very excited to get that because that was on my radar, and I was ready to pre-order it. And the good thing is, the cool thing is, it doesn't come out till January. So I got an early copy, which to this librarian's heart is a special treat. So the actual Sampler U started out on Saturday with Sylvia from Running with Needles and Scissors teaching us her reproduction of an antique sampler, Isabella Kettlewell, 1818. This is what the design looks like when it will grow up. And we got a lovely history of Isabella and where she came from, and a little bit of research into the sampler and where it came from, and the fact that there was a very similar sampler from a nearby place that was better documented. And so, research, dug a little deeper, figured out what the girls had in common, and it was a wonderful journey through history and hearing the stories of not one but 2 sampler makers. And I think that's one of the things I like best about doing reproduction samplers is the stories that they tell. Anyway, here is my piece. You had a choice of 3 different counts of straw linen. I chose 46, and I worried that it might be a bit of a stretch, but the lighting in the room was so good that it did not give me any issues. And it's a beautiful color. It doesn't show up. It's very much like a deep goldenrod straw, and it has a very nice feel. It's all done in silks. So here is the palette, and those are just yummy colors. There is nothing that I don't like about this project. And Sylvia was wonderful. And on Sunday, we had Becky Noland from Lucy Beam Stitchers, Lucy Beam Designs, and she taught us the EGA sampler roll. And so you have this lovely little sampler and a bunch of motifs down here with dividing bands. It was wonderfully fun to stitch. We had to do it as pre-work, and if you finished it, you got to finish it in class by putting together the inside. And the inside has some felt sewn in for needles and pins and 2 wonderful pockets. And then you learned how to put it together, and you could do it by hand or machine. I did mine by hand because I was still at seminar when I started to put it together, and then I was on a plane. So this was just lovely, and I'm sure I will use it and have very happy memories of the very first Sampler U. If you have any questions about seminar or for next year, which will be in Orlando, or Sampler U, reach out to the website, ega.org. It'll be in the comment section. And let us know if you think you might attend. I will be there. And so will a bunch of wonderful people and wonderful classes and wonderful teachers. Thank you for watching. So, Sampler U, the Smalls Exchange.
This is doing a video.
Lots of eye candy, lots of talent,
I know.
beautiful things.
Hi, I'm Melissa. I'm from Manassas, Virginia, and I'm here at Seminar 2025, Dallas, Texas. And I've taken a beading class. I've taken a finishing class where I actually finish something. And I've also taken a needlepoint. Now I'm at Sampler U, which I just received my tassel. I have had a great time. I even didn't finish my pre-work, and the teacher's like, that's okay. It was supposed to be a whole sampler. It's just the S and the V. Here's what the complete sampler looks like. And hopefully when I get home, this is what it's going to look like so I can put it all together. I've had a great time. The food's been wonderful. The hotel staff, the seminar staff, everybody's been wonderful. And I can't wait to go back to Orlando.
Okay, so Philippa Turnbull, who owns the Brewer Company in England, purchased a mirror, a 17th century mirror from the Feller collection. And then she hired Kate Barlow, who is a graduate of the Royal School of Needlework, to recreate it. Kate analyzed the stitches and matched the colors, and then the Brewer Company had an online class over 18 months to teach it. Now, all the stitches in the original are flat stitches, silk shading, long and short. But I love raised work, and I saw an opportunity to take the various things I've learned about raised work over the years and do my own thing with the mirror. It took me 2 years to finish, and it was finished in May of 2025.
Oh, this is Jennifer Mullins from Texas, and this is just amazing. Thank you so much, Jennifer. And as if that wasn't enough, Jennifer also made these amazing gauntlets. Just beautiful work.
Hi, Ina here. So here are my thoughts generally on seminar. Seminar 2025 was awesome. It was such fun. It was great to see old friends, make a lot of new ones. That's always a plus. There was such a wide variety of classes that something would appeal to everyone, no matter what your experience level and no matter what your interest level. You could stretch yourself. You could relax at Sampler U, which was attached to seminar. You could enjoy the food and the hotel amenities. The lobbies, and there were several of them, were very dramatic. They had lots of art, specifically Asian art that the original owners, I think, had collected. And most interesting to those of us who were at the seminar was the fact that there was an awful lot of Asian silk thread paintings that were just exquisite. So there was eye candy, there was candy for your soul, and there was certainly lots of sweet food. I took at the regular seminar 1 2-day class. It was offered by Canby Robertson, and it was Bestiary Box. This made a 6-sided Ort box, so it's not very big, but it is quite delicate and lovely. And there are a number of animals and bugs and flora, which would be typical for a late period blackwork piece. The other thing that was typical, which I'm not sure I had realized, is that originally blackwork was counted, and it usually is now, but somewhere in the 17th century, counted blackwork went out of fashion, and a surface embroidery version took over, much like fashion trends happen today. So this is my progress. As you can see, I didn't make a whole lot. This is a small project, and even though I'd done a lot of the stitches before, this was a bit of a stretch for me. And there were some new things that I tried. There were some old things that I tried in a different way on this piece. And those of you who have watched the first episode we did know that I am probably the queen of seminar whips that remain unfinished. I have a large stash. I admitted it. So this is one more unfinished project, but I'm hoping to work on it and get it finished by next year. So stay tuned and see if I accomplish that goal. It was a great class. I love the design. And let me let you in on a secret. You know how she gets these 6 sides firm? She uses used either gift cards or hotel keys. So I must say, don't tell the Hilton, but I did collect 6 hotel keys so that I can use them. Thank you, and stay tuned for the rest of our experience.
Hi, my name is Darlene, and I wanted to talk with you today about my great experience at the 2025 EGA National Seminar. I always have a fun time at national seminars, or any seminar for that matter, and this was no different at all. I started the event off by taking a region class the night before the national seminar classes kicked off. I took the stitch bag project, and it was a lot of fun. Easy to do and worked up very quickly. I didn't get it done that night, but by the end of the seminar, it was done. They drew names in that class, and I won the accompanying pieces for that bag, a scissor fob and a stitch pillow. Those are stitch-on linen, and it was a complete kit, so I'll be working on that very soon. So then, it was the start of the seminar. The first class I took was a finishing class taught by Kim Holofield. Oh, what a delight she was. The class was packed, but she was attentive to everyone who needed it, had all kinds of good tips and tricks. So you had to come to the class with pieces already stitched, a round piece and a square piece. So for my round, I chose the Lewiston Snowflake kit from Pat Olsky that I'd had done and just waiting to be finished. So I was able to finish that in the class and learned a lot doing it. Now my square piece, I didn't quite finish in class. It was a little tougher for me, but I did get it done. This is a schnauzer on canvas, and the design is by Kathy Schnenkel. I picked this up at a stash sale someplace last year. So he's a cutie. I like him. But it gave me some more information and a little insight into how to come home and finish this Terry Bay Hardanger piece. The name of it's Emily. So I'm thrilled that I was able to get this done, and I was excited to feel more confident about finishing it. All right, so that night we had the opening banquet. We always get a lot of good gifts, and this beautiful pashmina was one of them, which was pretty thoughtful given how the temperature fluctuates in classrooms. After the finishing class, I took a little break and did stitch-in time. And that's always a lot of fun. You get to meet a lot of fun people in there as well, and just sit and stitch for the day. And they do drawings, and they had a stitch bingo. And in one of the stitch bingos, I won another mesh bag with EGA logo to be stitched. So I'll be working on that pretty soon. They always give you a lot of goodies. So we got a little box with some candies in it, a little pad of paper and friction pin. So that's always fun to come home with more goodies. My last class was a 2-day class taught by Deborah Mytek. It was my first time in one of her classes, and she does beautiful ribbon work. This was actually the first time she had the opportunity to teach this class at a national seminar, and it is Apollo's favorite. So there's the picture, and I'm making what I think is pretty good progress on it. I've been working on it pretty regularly, and I think it'll be done within the next couple of weeks. Well, that's all I have for you today. Hope to see you in Orlando next year.